How my brother's guitar changed my life. When I was 16, my older brother Ethan was obsessed with his guitar. He'd play for hours, sitting by the window, completely lost in the sound. I used to make fun of him for it, calling it his imaginary audience. When he left for college, he said, "Don't touch my guitar, Mia," like it was some kind of sacred relic. 2 months later, the accident happened. Ethan's car was hit by a drunk driver on his way back home for the weekend. He didn't make it. The funeral was a blur. Faces, flowers, people saying words that didn't feel real. I stopped speaking much after that. My parents tried therapy, art classes, even a support group, but nothing worked. I couldn't sleep, couldn't cry, couldn't feel. The house was too quiet without his stupid guitar in the background. One evening I was cleaning his room, something Mom couldn't bring herself to do, and there it was. His guitar sitting on the stand, a layer of dust over it. I picked it up, expecting it to be too heavy or out of tune. But when I strummed it, even the wrong, clumsy note felt like hearing him again. I sat on his bed and kept plucking random strings until my fingers hurt. That night was the first time I slept without waking up crying. When Mom heard the noise the next day, she froze at the door. She didn't yell. She just whispered, "You sound like him," and left the room. I didn't know if that was a good thing or not. Over the next few weeks, I started learning properly. YouTube tutorials, chord charts, hours of practice until my fingertips bled. The music didn't sound perfect, but it felt alive. I even started eating with my parents again. I'd bring the guitar to the table sometimes, strumming quietly while Dad drank his coffee. He pretended not to notice, but I saw the corners of his mouth twitch upward. Then one day, Dad came home early from work and found me trying to play Ethan's favorite song, Landslide, by Fleetwood Mac. I kept messing up the chords. I was frustrated, ready to quit, when he walked over and said, "He used to mess up right there too." Then he sat down beside me and asked, "Can you start it over?" We played it together, me on guitar, him singing softly in a voice that cracked halfway through. Mom stood in the hallway, crying quietly but smiling. After that, things shifted. Dad started keeping Ethan's old set list in a frame on the wall. Mom would hum along while cooking. The silence that used to choke the house turned into something softer, filled with small, imperfect melodies. A few months later, I got invited to perform at the school's memorial concert. I almost said no, but Dad insisted, "Play something Ethan would have liked." So I stood on that stage, hands shaking, and told the audience, this song was my brother's favorite. It brought him peace, and it brought it back to us. When I started playing, I didn't see the crowd. I saw Ethan sitting by the window, head bobbing to the rhythm, pretending not to care.